first stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Uter seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please, take a look around at your leisure.
Yep, this seems like Uter's workspace, all right. Let's see what we can find.
These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight.
Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
Seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Look out! There are guards here!
Witness the power.
Sight clear.
Body and mind. I really gotta listen.
A minute to memory.
Delicate as silk.
Come at me.
This way for you.
Rain. Time to rain cutter.
Scanning.
This place is
Look over there.
Ugh. That was...
And I.
So he was actually...
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks.
Should the...
Never mind issues with
That's terrifying. This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go up.
Hip.
This place seems like some kind... what's going on? Our way in's been black.
Seems like he knew we'd.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because
Wait, you're practically at each other.
when I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd, but with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion, for my part, I gambled it all, and devoted everything I had to that 1 week. I came out the other side with something that really made me proud. I was nervous to present it, of course, but I knew it was my chance to show the industry what I was made of. In the end, well,
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while Uter Uter gave up on his dream and turned to making this sketchy stuff.
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished.
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels. Oh, that doesn't seem to have done.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
Site clear.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
I see everything. Cheers.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Site clear.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion zone.
Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use these mechanisms to get higher.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
Body and mind.
Warning. Unauthorized intruders entering expulsion mode.
We finally made it out. Hi. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Unauthorized intruders initiating shutdown procedure.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get out of here. Finally, the entrance. At last.
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence on all the nasty stuff.
The evidence on your person, you mean? What makes you think I have any intention of letting it get past these walls?
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about using these funds for a legitimate purpose?
Oh, but this is a legitimate purpose.
What? Destroying Chioria Boutique? Or continuing to make your rotten rags?
Proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce. A carnival of ignorance!
You know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed with the concept of fashion itself that you let it paralyze you. Stop trying.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you?
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal, but it's up to you to decide what it is.
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll understand how laughable that ideal truly is.
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who wanted to make something that would bring the entire world to its knees?
He realized long ago how utterly naive and...
You gave up on your dream, but that wasn't enough, was it? You had to find a way to prove to yourself that it could... You think you understand. This whole thing...
Pathetic. Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool.
You're right. Maybe, but more pitiful still, our cow.
You...
Yeah, just leave this guy to us!
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun!
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed with the plan. I'll deal with him. Some lessons are best delivered in person.
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying to talk tough, I see.
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like this. If I may borrow the words of a friend, a guy like you doesn't deserve my sympathy. Allow me to show you the true meaning of the Chiori brand. The Cisoria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Cisoria Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
An enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Cisoria brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights, cameras, over here, please!
Let the show begin.
the world may change, fashion along with it, but Cioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Cioria caters to no one, not even the times. Rather, Cioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great!
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week.
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Teyvat without a fancy sign?
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe could use one of those.
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin cat and the Boggle cat box. Oh, and we need to add Pear as well.
Pear would need an alias, of course. How about...
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be 2 cats and a penguin stuffed into a single hat?
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and warm.
And a bit cramped.
Miss Chiori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird, along...
Thank you, Charlotte.
It's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette. If you have need of any costumes in the future, just drop me a note.
What about something other than a costume?
Thank you, Chiori. It's much appreciated.
Well, I don't really need anything. Just don't be a stranger, all right? I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international courier services from Comania Express, we're golden. Actually, that reminds me.
About that.
The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the way out of Fontaine.
What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiori?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show, appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization, using weaponry in public, hosting a dangerous performance without notifying the authorities.
Chevras, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report them to the Special Patrol at your earliest convenience.
Enjoyed that, didn't you? Ugh, you nearly scared me half to death.
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me in advance next time you're planning something like that?
And if I had, would you have approved?
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole lot of anxiety.
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Sandra, and the man responsible all tied up and handed to you on a silver platter. Sounds pretty thoughtful if you ask me.
All right, I won't argue with you. You can have this one.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal for our efforts. Let's go. Spina's treat.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to take care of, so you all go have fun. Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Veg.
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool used pretty much every apology in the book.
You know him well.
Thanks again.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right, all right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration feast. Come on, we're leaving.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Navia know that we'll be a little late. There's something I'd like to give you.
A place with a view?
Perfect. I'll...
I see everything.
Rain outlines your face.
Scanning.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what did you want to give us that you couldn't share right in front of everyone else?
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chiori boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one as well?
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give them to you two. You've been a great help. Even when things were looking bleak, you stayed by my side. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win. Even if it was just to honor the trust that you had in me.
Well, we may have helped a little, but Paimon would say you deserve most of the credit. This result, it was all you, Chiori.
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to understand something. Apart from conviction and persistence, the thing that matters most is having friends who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. A single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chiori Boutique could have easily fallen to ruin.
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had anything to say about it. But, about the stuff you said at the show, you aren't worried it'll rub some people the wrong way?
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I won't bow or scrape before any force in this world, much less any individual. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful, and there will always be people who appreciate it.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry about then. Should we go back and join them at the victory feast?
Oh, yes, of course. But before that, I'd like to admire the view for just a little while longer. You know, of all the nights I've spent in Fontaine, I'd say this is the loveliest by far.